is this. With the 11th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, my Chicago Bears select Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State.
Justin Fields got drafted to the Chicago Bears, and hearing that as an NFL fan and a Chicago Bears fan, I thought, you know what, back in 2021, I thought Justin Fields might be the guy for Chicago. I was so happy that the Chicago Bears traded up, gave up 2 first-round picks to go get Justin Fields, just for only 3 years later to go trade him for a 6th-round pick. What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about why the Chicago Bears basically ruined Justin Fields. Now, Justin Fields was drafted in the 2021 draft class. In my opinion, one of the most overhyped draft class we have ever seen. And to be fair, I thought Justin Fields would be really good. And I still think he can be. But in my opinion, Justin Fields should have went number 2 overall pick in that draft. The only reason why he didn't go number 2 was because first, Zach Wilson had one of the best pro days ever. And I don't know why they would take a BYU quarterback. I think the Jets messed up in that pick. And second of all, I think another reason why is because Trey Lance, that was a surprise pick. I didn't even think that Trey Lance was gonna go that high. He was a North Dakota State quarterback, so I just don't think it didn't make any sense why the San Francisco 49ers picked him. He was a project. He was never supposed to go in the first round, let alone go on 3. But enough about them. Let's talk about Justin Fields, right? He goes into the system with Matt Nagy in his first year. And this is the first year where, Ryan Pace is still the GM of the team, right? And he was the one who drafted him. And at this point, Ryan Pace has drafted 3 quarterbacks, right? And it just didn't work out, right? Matt Nagy he basically didn't really want to work with Fields, basically. Like, the way he put Fields into the game, when his first debut game against the Browns, where he basically had one of the worst games ever, got sacked 9 times, had almost only 100 yards of passing. Like, that was just garbage for preparing your new quarterback. And also the Cleveland Browns defense, that was just insane. And the Bears had literally no offensive line. So Justin Fields was just basically put into a system where he was just meant to fail. And in his first year, Justin Fields had 73.2 passer rating with a 1870 yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions in 12 games in his rookie season. And he also got injured at the end of the season, so he didn't really play that much in the rookie season. But again, Justin Fields was still really, really good for the Bears. Not really, really good for them, but I feel like he showed a lot of promise, and I was excited to see him in year 2. But then in year 2, that year was not that good either. The Bears were 3-14, and let's be honest, the Bears had literally no one for Justin Fields to throw the ball to. Right? They had probably one of the worst receiving corps ever. Their number 1 receiver was Darnell Mooney. Cole Kmet was pretty good. I think Cole Kmet was probably the best receiver. I think he had the most receptions that year. And when your tight end, other than Travis Kelce, is literally leading your team in receptions and getting yards, I'm sorry, your team is not good. And then the receiving corps was Darnell Mooney, Equinemius St. Brown, Byron Pringle, N'Keal Harry. I'm not sure who the other ones were. That's how bad they were. They're really no names. I guess you could say Bellis Jones Jr., but I'm not really going to name him. Amir Smith-Marset, who got cut. You have so many players that just, you didn't really expect Justin Fields to blossom that year. How is he supposed to throw to players that are just that good? I guess Moody was the only decent one, but again, you got to set up your quarterback for success. You got to put something around him. And also, he had one of the worst offensive lines in the league, and it wasn't even close. He was the most sacked quarterback in the league. Now, part to that was because of him holding onto the ball, but let's be honest, none of his receivers were getting open, right? And then he ended the season with 2,200 yards, 17 passing touchdowns. He had 8 rushing touchdowns, and he also had a year where he had 1,165 rushing yards. And that was very impressive. I think his rushing was really impressive that year. And the reason why he rushed for that much is because he literally had to run for his life whenever he dropped back for a passing play. And I was at a game where he broke Michael Vick's record, and that was my favorite game ever going to a Chicago Bears game. I'll never forget that. Is when Justin Fields rushed for 178 yards that game and had a rushing touchdown. It was the best experience ever. But again, going back to the point, Justin Fields was literally set up for failure because he didn't have anyone to throw the ball to second year. Now, granted, I guess Ryan Poles wanted to rebuild, but again, you're basically having 2 years with a new offensive play caller, also with Luke Getzey. You get a new head coach after firing Matt Eberflus, not Matt Eberflus, firing Matt Nagy, and you go and get Matt Eberflus who's a defensive coordinator. It just didn't work, right? The Bears ended the season 3-14. A lot of question marks with Justin Fields. A lot of question marks on the team. Now let's fast forward to this year. This offseason, the last offseason, you basically had the number one pick because you were the worst team in football. You trade back because Carolina wanted Bryce Young. And I feel like this is the best trade ever. You get their round pick, the number 9 pick. You get next year's first round pick, which became the first overall pick because the Panthers sucked. Then you got a second round pick and another second round pick. And you got DJ Moore. So you get a wide receiver for Justin Fields to throw the ball to, finally. Now, in my opinion, I think Justin Fields had weapons this year to play with. Like, he had DJ Moore. He had, I guess Darnell Mooney you can count, but like he was kind of washed, in my opinion. Darnell Mooney was not good this season. But then you had Cole Kmet and DJ Moore. I think those were the two legit wide receiver weapons that you had. And I guess the offensive line got better because you drafted Darnell Wright, who was pretty good. Tevin Jenkins he's good, but he's just always injured. Braxton Jones was also injured this year, but he also played pretty good. But again, you got some mid-level tackles here, and again, Justin Fields was also running for his life. But again, I think the offensive line got better this season, and I think the wide receivers also got better. But I'll be honest, Luke Getzey, so many games this season, I would just get pissed off by his play calling. He was not clutch. You could also say Justin Fields wasn't clutch in the fourth quarter, but he was not clutch. He would make boneheaded plays. He would just run. He would literally. There was a play against the Lions where it was the last drive before the Lions got their the next touchdown. He ran it up ran up the middle twice, and then expected Justin Fields to save them. And he did almost, and then Tyler Scott dropped the ball. Right? I mean, and then so many screenplays after screenplays after screenplays. It's just like he didn't let Justin Fields be the quarterback he wanted to be. I just feel like the Bears limited Justin Fields so much, it was not even crazy. It's not even a joke, right? And now again, you can also blame that Justin Fields is probably one of the worst fourth quarter quarterbacks in the league. He does turn over the ball a lot. He does fumble a lot. There's a lot of things where it's not on the coaches, it's on him. But just look at this play right here. He's escaping the running ability he has is just insane. And the problem with the coaching staff and Justin Fields was that I feel like the coaching staff never believed in Justin Fields. And I guess, in my opinion, Ryan Poles, like, he again did not draft Justin Fields. He came into this team in the worst situation possible. You had a GM that traded up for you just to save his job, and then you had Ryan Poles who never drafted you and basically never put any good players around you other than DJ Moore. I'll give that to him. He put DJ Moore around him, but really the team never really wanted Justin Fields to succeed because if they really did, they would have put a lot of players around him, and that's just the moral of the story, right? Is that Justin Fields is still a damn good quarterback. I feel like he could be really, really good. It just you gotta put players around the quarterback to succeed. There's no other way the quarterback can succeed if you don't put players around him and you don't put up coaches that believes in him. And that's the reason why Justin Fields was now traded for a 6th round pick. And I hopefully Mike Tomlin and the Steelers fix him and make him a good quarterback and basically make him be the quarterback that we all believe he could be. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. Please like, please subscribe, and I'm gonna get on with the next one. Peace.